Hey guys, how's it going? I'm going to set up this room real quick for Shonda, and then we are going to get started. So just a reminder, this isn't, it's open to the public. You guys can sit in and watch, but I'm not going to be answering any questions. I'm just going to be having this one-on-one session with Shonda so I can help her and answer her questions. So if you guys have questions, I'm probably not going to get to them. But if you guys want to sit and watch them, you guys are more than welcome. It's just this is a private session, but it is publicized on YouTube streaming. But for the most part, it's just going to be between me and Shonda. So let me just get this link out to her real quick, and then she'll get started. Looks like we have a signal for US 30. I'll start looking for some scalps there. Looks like our position's still running here for CAD JPY. It's looking good so far. Get this link over to Shonda. And then I think we should be good for the most part. All right. So let me get this going right here. Load this up right here, and then we should be good. So I'm just waiting for Shawn to show up. While she joins, I'm going to be looking for some possible scalps over here. So it looks like US 30 is still dropping. Let me see if there's any scalps here that we could, possibly take. Let me delete this. Yeah, so I don't really see any scalps yet, but there'll probably be one right here once it once it swings back down. Let's leave those marked up there, and that one right there. All right, cool. So those look good, and then now we're just waiting for Shauna to join the live. See if there's anything else here to take right now. Let's see. Let's look at these other indices right here. If there's any zones here for any possible entries. No, not really. So there's one right there, but I wouldn't take any of these trades. I'd probably wait until it comes down. So nothing for the Aussie. The China index, nothing there. Spain index. Yeah, nothing there. Just a couple buys. It looks like this is about to hit TP from earlier this session. If you guys followed the morning session, we covered this earlier. The Spain index, the French index. Let's see. And not really much there either. The DAX. I know a couple of you guys were trading the DAX earlier. Check that real quick. Solid. All right, cool. Nothing there for the DAX. The Nikkei right here. Let me check this. Looks like there was a couple buys here for the Nikkei. If you ended up taking this one over here, looks like that would have been solid. Anything here for the NASDAQ? So we had some pretty big moves this morning, guys. If you guys are following my, the morning session today, our live trading room, we did cover a lot of these scalps here, but it looks like majority of these are, yeah, no. I'm getting a bunch of messages right here right now on Telegram real quick. But yeah, guys, so if you guys are just joining this, this is the mentoring session for Shonda. I'm just waiting for her to join in. And currently I'm just looking for some scalps. But there really isn't much to take right now. Obviously, we're entering Asia sessions. So the market is kind of slowing down a bit. And there really isn't much to take right now. Let's get this zone right here. So there's a nice buy right here off S&P. I'm not sure if anyone caught this, but we had this entry right here off that red candle. If you guys took that scalp, looks like it would have hit TP already. See, sweet spot, I think, is about 50 pips for S&P as well, or 500 pips actually, which would be 50 points. So that would hit full TP right there if you took that scalp for S&P about an hour or a couple hours ago, actually. See, this was about 3 hours ago. So there's not really much to look at right now. There's another trade here that was available for US 30 if you took the scalp. It would have been off this green candle right here. Reason for that is because we have this green candle rejecting off the pivot and the structure right here. So with that said, if you took this trade for a scalp here, I think some of you guys took this trade. This would have hit full TP as well. So I'm just looking for this for some more entries, but there's just nothing available right now, right? Obviously, we want this to reject off pivot and structure down here, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So we'll just keep watching this as we wait. So I'm still waiting for Shauna to join in. Let's see, it's 4:05. She should be joining in soon. She said logging into her computer right now. All right. So with that said, I'll just look at these Forex pairs. This is the CAD JPY trade that I called earlier today. So hopefully you guys caught that. We hit TP1 for 15 pips. It's on its way to full TP now. So here's Shonda. Hey, Shonda, can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you. How are you?
Perfect. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Glad to hear.
Oh, I'm hoping you can help me master these settings and stuff because it's driving me crazy.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like that's the main issue for a lot of people when they just get on training and they don't understand how everything works. But yeah, no, definitely. So let's see. Where should we start? Is there something that you're like confused with, or do you have like a list of questions? We can start wherever.
Yeah, I got a list of questions. So I think that my screens is like, can I share my screen with you, my trading view?
Yeah, definitely. Let me, you should have the option on your screen. It should say share. Here, let me take my screen off, stop share. And then you can click on share screen. So there should be a green button right there in the middle of your Zoom.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I want to share that. Okay.
There we go.
Can you see that?
Yep, you good.
Okay, you see how messy it looks? It just looks a mess.
Yeah, huge mess, huge mess. No, definitely.
So I'm like, what am I doing wrong? So first, I don't know if I think I have all the right indicators on the screen.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, so let's get started. Let's clean your screen up. So first off, let's go to the you see where that drop down menu is right next to where it says publish script. There's like a little line above it. Right to the right a little bit. To the right a little further. It's like
here.
Yeah, right above it where it has that drop down thing. That little line. Click on that.
Okay.
And then now click on the you see right there where it says 1483. There's a box right above it. It's it's like a messenger box right there on the right side. It's right in blue on your right hand panel. So like a little bit farther to the right. Let's go a little farther. It's right on to the end. So go all the way to the end. You can see that blue button right there.
By auto? Down by auto?
There you go.
Here.
So go up real quick. Yeah, there. Click on that. There we go.
Okay.
And then next up, let's take off that D7R indicator. I'm not sure which one is that. I haven't seen that before. So let's go over to where you see where that let's scroll down a little bit to that bottom panel. The D7R right below it. It's the one right below your candle. So go a little lower. It says D7R.
Oh, here.
There we go. Yeah. So click on the X right there to take that off because I'm not sure if you're using that, but there we go. So we got that cleaned up right there. All right. The next thing you want to do is, so what do you want to do first? So let's cover, like, do you want to draw zones first or do you want to, because you can just hide the pivot. So let's go to pivots, the K2 pivots, and then just hide that first. So let's, there we go. We can hide that too. All right, perfect. So we got a clean chart here. So let's start off with what you want to cover first, like with regard to settings.
So I want to make sure I got all my settings together so I can draw my zone. So I want to, my main two focuses that I want to do, I want to master the sniper strategy. So I want to do that, and then the daily. but I think I should probably just work on one first and then work my way up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we could do that. We could knock out one of them and then we can knock over to the next one after. So let's start off with the snipe strategy. So do you have a pair that you'd like to trade with, or is there
US 30?
US
I'm
30?
with you on the US 30.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, that's perfect for me. So let's switch over to the US 30 chart.
Okay.
So I usually like to use a currency.com. So that'd be the first one, I think, right? There we go. All right, perfect. So let's change to the 10-minute.
Okay. Okay.
There we go. All right, so let's just take those little lines off the chart. So you can click on the trash button right there on the left-hand side, or yeah, you can just do that to remove. And that one too right there. We'll just start off with this clean chart. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna draw our zone. So I don't know if you're gonna find any entries right here, but I mean, we can try to look for them because I don't think there's any zones that are close to current price, but we can just run it to see if we can pull anything up. So go ahead and turn on your K2SR version 2.
Okay.
There we go. All right, so let's start drawing your zones out. So do you know how to draw your zones, or do you want me to walk you through it?
Yeah, you can walk me through it because I think because all of it was so jumbled, I wasn't able to do it the way it should have been. So yeah, I'll just do a clean slate with you.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a little tricky right here because it's the beginning of the week. So you can see right there you can see the zones are kind of like choppy. They're kind of cut off right there in the middle.
Yeah.
So let's go to your K2SR settings real quick, and then let's change the length. So go to the settings button, the second one right there, and then let's change your length to 500. So it goes across the entire chart.
So it should always be 500.
Yeah, it's just going to make the lines go across the entire chart. So there you go. So it makes it a lot easier for you to just, draw your zones. So let's start off with hit the zoom out button. So go to the, it should be right down in the middle. So just try to zoom in and out of the chart real quick. Just zoom out and zoom in. Yeah, zoom out real quick. And then click on that reset button right there on the right-hand side. So right there where it's a little arrow button right to the right of that. One more to the right. There you go. Click on that.
Okay.
There we go. So now that we have this, let's scroll over to the left side. Because basically what we want to do is we want to draw these zones from where they begin. So you can stop right there. That's perfect. Okay. So you can see right there where the zones are marked up. You can see that they have a lower zone and an upper zone, right?
Where are we starting from the very beginning?
So yeah, we can start from the top to the bottom, or we can do bottom to top, whichever area.
Okay, let's do bottom to top. That works.
Okay, perfect. So like right there, you can see that there's a lower zone and an upper zone, right?
Right.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull up the rectangle tool. It's gonna be that brush tool right there.
Oh, the brush. Okay.
So yeah, click the drop down and the rectangle right there.
Okay.
So go ahead and just trace over that bottom zone.
Like drag it.
Yeah, just cover the. You could draw a small one. I'll show you how to extend it over, so it'll make it a lot easier for you. So just cover that zone, and then once you cover that, double click on it, and then click extend right and extend left, and then it'll go across your entire screen. Okay. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier, so you don't have to draw the entire zone out. You just draw a little box, and then you can extend it to as far as you like.
Okay, and then once I hit once I hit OK, then it'll automatically like format itself for the next ones?
Exactly. So you can try the next zone, and then you'll see that it pulls up exactly how you already have.
So here should this be considered one big zone, the green to the red?
So for the snipe strategy, you want to make sure to separate them. So we want to have separate zones. We don't really merge the zones unless they cross over. So you see how that red zone in the middle where it crosses over with the green?
Yeah.
So that would be one zone. The other zones below it, those would be separate zones since they're kind of far off. They're not necessarily crossing over.
Okay. So then I want to go back over here and get my rectangle. Okay. Rectangle. Wait, did I do something wrong?
No, it's fine. It's just you can probably just drag it up a little bit so it covers the upper of that red zone.
Like
there you go. I think you're fine right there. Yeah. And then just draw those lower zones below it as well. So I think you're fine with that one. And then you can just draw like a small zone for that red one below it. And then there's another green one below that as well.
And go. And then one here, right?
Yeah, one more right down there. And then you'll pretty much do the same with the ones above it.
Okay, and then this one here.
Yeah, you could combine those two red ones right there. So you can see that they kind of overlap a bit. There's like
These two here?
Those two, and there's one that's like right below. So if you go over to the right, you can see that that zone kind of overlaps with that top one.
Okay, so you said combine those.
Yeah, you can combine those together.
Okay, so. Okay. Oh. Okay.
And you got one more red one right above it.
Okay. Okay.
And then try scrolling over to the right. I think there's some green zones that are on the right side. There you go. You got two right there. You can probably connect those together since they're pretty close.
Rocky, hush. Sorry, I got a little,
No,
yeah.
it's all right. My dog, you can hear my dog sometimes in the background as well.
Okay, so how do I, like that?
You can do two separate ones if you want, or you can just merge them. It's up to you if you want to do one or two. It's just up to preference. I'd probably just do yeah, you can do that as well. And then once you're done with that, or check that lower one. I don't think it's covering that green one below it.
Oh, this left. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, cool. And then once you do that, you can turn off the K2SRs, and it's going to clean up the chart a whole lot. Just click that I button next to it.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
And it makes it a lot easier for you to see because you don't have all those lines on the chart.
Right. It makes a big difference. So I don't necessarily have to highlight it then, because the purple kind of makes the bold stand out.
Exactly. Yeah. So once you draw your zones, you can just hide it. That's usually what I do, because the what happens with the K2SR is that it makes the candles a little smaller because it tries to take into consideration like all the candles on the chart. So if you do that, it's going to be harder to see. So I usually just draw my zones over them and then I just hide it after.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. Because I see how sometimes when you do yours, it's like you highlight it, but I guess because I have a darker screen, I can see it more easily.
Exactly. Yeah. Your screen's a little darker, so it's able to stand out a lot more since you have the purple zones there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So once you have that, I mean, you can see it's pretty clean. Like you're able to spot where the rejections are. It's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
And then now, so let's go to that. It looks like at that top zone, there's like a couple that are overlapping. So you can probably delete one of them, the one that's inside of it. See that darker one right there. So like go over to the left. There's that little box that's next to it. A little bit to the bottom, to the left, right there.
Oh, here.
Yeah, you can delete that one because it overlaps.
Okay, so just okay.
It cleans it up a whole lot.
Yeah.
All right, so once you have that, you can turn on the K2 pivots.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. That makes it look so much better.
It makes it so much easier, right? You can spot them just by looking at it.
Yeah, because before it was all those lines, and I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Okay. So I can see it. So now, what I can see better now. So I want to look for where entry could have been.
Yeah. So let's start from the right to the left. We'll just go from like where price just happened, so it'll be easier for you to spot. So you can probably zoom in a little bit. Just use a little zoom in button so you can just spot it a little easier. Okay. There you go. So you can see, like, just look at those right there and show me what you see, because I can see one right in front of me.
So like right here, where it kind of rejected off, well, here.
There you go. Yep, spot on. So that green one right there, you see that green one? It's rejecting off that red pivot.
Yeah.
So it's rejecting.
So it doesn't matter which one. It doesn't matter if it's the yellow, the green, the yellow, the red, or the orange. It just has to reject off of a zone.
Exactly. Any pivot in any zone.
Okay. And then because this one is like below, would this be like setting up for a sale because it's below that line?
It would be a buy. Since the rejection is coming from the bottom, it's basically indicating that price is pushing above. So you can see that price comes down, it rejects off that red pivot, and then it's bouncing back up, right?
Okay, because it's pushing up, so there would be a buy. So if it was pushing down, then that would represent a sale.
Exactly. If the wick rejection was
Okay.
from the top, then it would be a sell. But if the wick rejection is from the bottom, it would be a buy.
Oh, the wick. Gotcha. Okay.
That's the
Gotcha.
main
I was
thing,
trying
yeah.
to go off the candle. Okay.
Oh, no,
That
yeah,
makes
the candle doesn't really matter. What you're looking for is just the wick. You're looking for the wick rejection because it's indicating that price is like bouncing off, that specific price point.
Okay. So if it was this red candle in this position, then this would be a sale.
If there was a zone above it, yes, that'd be correct.
Okay.
So there's no zone above it, so it wouldn't be a sell. It'd just be a buy because that green candle right there, like the candle colors don't really matter. It's more so just seeing where the wick is rejecting from.
Okay. Gotcha.
Because you can see from right there, see how that green candle is rejecting off it, it would be a buy. And then if you look over there to the left, you see how that red candle is rejecting off that pivot as well.
Yeah.
A little farther off to the left, there's another entry that's kind of farther off. So if you scroll a little bit farther to the left, it's right next to that green one right there. So see that red one right there?
Right here, this one?
Yeah, see how the wick's rejecting off the orange pivot and it's rejecting off the structure?
Yes.
That would be another buy even though it's a red candle.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. You just want to, because a lot of people get confused about the candle color, but it doesn't really matter. It's more so just the wick. You just want to focus on the wick where it's rejecting off.
Okay, so basically if the wick's at the bottom, then that's okay, got it. Okay, if it was a top, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Exactly, yeah, perfect. So yeah, so you spot that first one right there, and then there's another one right there. And it looks like those both probably would have been a win. I'm not sure if you see anything else there, but I don't personally see anything within that area for another entry.
So say we were in this position, and the other part that confuses me is that when we get ready to set it up, so since this would be going for a buy, then I would go here. Oh no, not there. I would go right there. Here. There you go. And I would want to do a long, right?
That's correct. Yeah, a long would be a buy, a short would be a sell.
Okay, so then I would set it like here.
It would be at the green candle. So the green candle is the candle where the entry starts from. So as soon as that green candle closes, you would enter at the close of that candle. So you can see the candle would have closed slightly below. So right at that top of that candle, that would be the closure of it.
So basically on the open of the next candle.
Exactly, yeah. So it'd be the open of that green candle right there that rejected off.
Okay, so right. So I would want to place this here in this area.
It would be a little bit lower. So it would be the one right there. It would be, so if you pull it over to the right a little bit, it's kind of hard to see, but you can, sorry, to the left, not sorry. I meant, okay. Yeah, so a little bit higher. So as soon as that green candle right there, I think it's, a little bit lower. There we go. It would be, so here, let's see it. Go to the top of that zone right there where that green candle is kind of breaking off. To the left of it, to the the entry candle, the one where it's projecting off the pivot.
Here.
Yeah. Okay. So your entry would be when that candle closes right there.
When this one closes.
Exactly. So that high, that candle right there, that where the body is, that's where your entry would be.
So then I want to place this here.
The middle part would be the entry point, so it'd be a little bit higher. So
where it says the open, the PL, that's where I want to put it.
Exactly. Like yeah, because that's where the entry would be. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. And then go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. And then your TP stop loss would be 500 pips, which would be 50 points.
Okay. And then, so I double click it to get that, right?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. So it'll be
change the ticks to 50. There you go. Okay. And then for TP, yeah, same thing, 50. 50 pips would be equivalent to 500 pips. 550 points would be equivalent to 500 pips. So that's pretty much how the setup would go for that one.
So then the top of this is where it's going to tell me where to place my take profit. My zones, my entries in my take profits.
Exactly. So if you double click on that right there, it'll give you the numbers. So if you double click on that again, the entry price to be 31,532 above. So right there.
Oh,
And
okay,
then your,
entry. Okay,
yeah, and then your take profit will be 31,582. And
okay.
then if you scroll down a little bit, it'll show your stop loss right there as well. Right there. And
Oh,
that's pretty much it. That's all it takes to set up that trade.
oh my God, I'm going to be doing this over and over and over and over.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much how everyone's profiting. You know, it's really easy. Like once you actually get it down, it's really not that difficult. It's the same thing. Same
Yeah, it's
process.
just knowing where to do it, where to put your stuff at. Yeah, because I'm like, it's easy. I see that it's easy. It's just I'm missing those key points. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and then you can see for that one right there, it actually hit TP. So if you click on the chart, you can see where it hit. So just click anywhere on the chart real quick, and then it'll just there you go. So you can see it hits TP right over there. No drawdown, like literally
Yeah.
straight to profit.
Straight across. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can set up the one next to it too, that red one that we were just looking at. So you can see, you know, just practice off that as well.
So this one, okay. So we just did this one. So that, not that green one here.
Yeah, so it'd be at the close of that red candle where it rejects off the pivot right there.
Here.
The one right next to it on the right. Right there.
This one.
So yeah, so at the bottom of that body, that would be your entry point.
At the bottom here. So I want to put my, go back over here and grab it. So long. So here.
Exactly.
Okay, so it put it lined up perfectly there. Okay, and then I will want to put. So it won't stay, even though. So every time I would have to put it each time because it's not a way to save it.
Yeah, unless you just copy paste it. You can copy paste it, but it's easier if you just redo it every time because the numbers might be off a little bit. Oh, so change that to 50 because that's.
Oh, I did 500, right?
Yeah, so it's
okay.
that would be technically 5,000.
Right, right.
that's a big move. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can probably drag it over. You can drag it over to the right a little bit, so it's over that green candle, because the entry would actually be after at the close of that red. So just drag it over that green candle on the left of that entry, which would be over to the left a little bit over one more candle. There you go. So if you click on the chart, you can see how it played out. It like did the same thing, like no drawdown. It just went straight to profit right there.
It went straight up. Wow.
And you could have held it longer, but you know, like for our scalps, you just want to get in and out. You're not really trying to get greedy. Right. You know, you just want to get the profit, get out, do it again.
Right. Okay. Okay. That makes okay. Wow, that's game changer right there, Shawn. That is game changer.
I know it's simple, right? You can go look again. You can look to the left to see if there's another one there that you can spot. I could see one just by looking at it, so I'm not sure if you can see it. Yeah, you could probably zoom in a little more if it's a little too far off. So just zoom in a little bit. And then, yeah, you can see if you see any entries off there. I see one entry right there.
The body's going through this one, so it wouldn't be that one.
Yeah, let's go to the right a little bit. There's one right there that I could just see. I don't know if you could see it, but I want to see if you could spot it. So just go like one candle one by one and then see if you can find it.
So this one is going through the structure, so it wouldn't be that one.
Mm-hmm.
Same with that one. This one.
It would be the one right next to it. There you go. That green.
So it would have been this one. Okay, this one here, but then we would have took it on this one.
Exactly. So right when it closed, because you can see right there on the bottom of that wick, it's rejecting the structure and the yellow pivot. So that one looks good to go.
Okay, and we would have got gotcha. And then over here would have been the same thing, like here.
Oh yeah, exactly. That green one right there too. That green one to the left of it, that where it rejects off the green. There you go.
And we right, but we'd have took it here.
Exactly. Yeah.
We would have looked at here and took it here. So we were waiting for that one to close and then open. Okay.
Yeah. So if you took all those right there, you probably would have about 4 back-to-back wins. It looks like you'd have that one, the one next to it, the one on the right, and then pretty much 4 back-to-back wins. And if you go for 500 pips each, I mean that's pretty solid. You know, if you're trading a pretty decent lot size.
Now here, when you see something like this is not a good one because the body is going through it.
Yeah, the body's going through it, and also it starts to get a little choppy. So you can see right there where the pivots get kind
Yeah.
of close. When they get close like that, I usually just hold off until they start to spread out again, because it just
Okay.
becomes a little too risky for you to take those trades, because you don't want to get caught where price is going to be reversing on you, right? Because like if you trade when price is going back and forth, odds are
Hmm.
it's probably gonna bounce one way or the other, and you can get lucky or you can be unlucky. It just really depends on which way the market's going for your trade.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, so you want to trade when like it's starting to spread out. So you can see right there to the right of that where other entry was. Go to the left a little bit. That one that we just looked at, that green one, a little bit
Hmm.
farther to the left. It's on the bottom. It's like right
Oh.
over there. Yeah. So that the green one to the left, it's like three candles to the left of it.
Uh-huh.
Right there, that one. So you can see right there, the pivots are starting to spread out, right? So as they start to
Yeah.
spread out in the angle, that's where you would want to take a trade. You don't want to take where it's choppy.
When it's close together like that.
Exactly. Because if you're doing that, there's going to be uncertainty in the market and you're just not sure, if it's really going to go in your direction or not. You want to be 100% when you take these trades.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. So I got that. Now I see that there's another one that you use like a strength meter. Do I need that for this?
No. So you only use that if you're using the intraday strategy.
Okay.
I don't
Gotcha.
know if a lot of people apply it anymore. I know some people still apply it, but I don't really use it as much because I'd rather scalp and rather do the other intraday strategy where we trade from zone to zone because it's just a lot easier. It
Yeah.
just depends on how you want to trade. If you like trading on a 30-minute, then that might be good for you. But I think this is good for actively trading, and then the
Yeah.
zone strategy is good if you're just like letting a trade run throughout the day.
Yeah. No, I'm feeling this, Timmy. I don't want to hold it all day. I want to be in and out.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think scalping would be perfect for you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to be in and out. Yeah. It took a minute to learn what kind of trader you want to be.
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, because some people can swing trade and scalp, and that's just not. I mean, some people can swing trade and intraday, and I can intraday, but swing trading is just not for me. Like my emotions will go crazy. If you're holding a trade for
Yeah.
like 3 days, you're in profit the first day, then the second day you're in negative. You're like, damn, I should just close that trade out.
Yep. 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 And that's me. And I do most of this while I'm at work. So it's like it's easy for me to get in and out, but I want to be able to do it, try it at London once I master, my strap. But I'm like, I ain't playing with I'm only trading when Shawn trade because I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Exactly. Yeah, and if you like US 30, I think you'll be good because this pair moves really fast and it's easy for you to get in and out really quickly.
Yeah. And it's like yeah, it just to me it just makes sense. When I found out about indices, I'm like, this just makes more sense. Why play with the other stuff? Like why?
Exactly. Yeah. And like even for myself, like I still trade Forex, but I don't really it's not my main thing anymore, right? Like I mainly trade US 30 because it's so much easier. You don't have to be on the chart all day. I can just be sitting around. If I see something, I'll take it. If not, then I come back, a couple hours later.
Yeah, that makes
Mhm.
total sense. Yeah, I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to get out of the corporate.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it once you quit. There's a lot of people that are actually
I'm
quitting
frustrated now because it's like I'm making more in a day
trading,
than
right?
what
Yeah,
I
no,
make
exactly.
in on my paycheck. And so now it's like, why am I sitting here? Like, why am I here? I'm
Yeah,
ready
no,
to go.
exactly. That's how I was feeling. I was like, man, I'm working like 10-hour days. And then I was like, I'm making more trading like an hour a day than, being in this office all day. So it's
Yeah,
made a huge, huge difference.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so I got this part. What else did I want to ask you? So since my goal is to be a full-time trader, what do I need to do as far as setting myself up for tax purposes? Like what do you do for that? Do I
So
need to do like a LLC or something like that?
So it just depends. Like, do you plan on trading like on Hugo's Way, or do you plan on doing FTMO? Like, what are your goals? I just want to see what your goal is here, because if it's gonna vary depending on what you're planning on doing.
Well, I don't know much about the FTMO. I think once I master this and get this under my way, then I will definitely look to do that because that seems to be the way to go.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So if you plan on doing this like full time, I think FTMO is probably the best option. A lot of people hit on FTMO, but the thing with FTMO is that it allows you to trade risk free because I'm risking like a couple $1,000 per trade, I would not do that on my real account, you know, like, cause it plays a different game when it's like when you're risking that much money and you're in the negative, it's going to really take a toll on you because you're going to get nervous, you're going to get scared. But with FTMO, it's kind of like, you know, you just take the trade how you're supposed to take it and you don't really worry because if you blow your account on FTMO, you're just going to get another FTMO. It's not a big deal. So if you're trading on your personal account, then you can probably use something like Hugo's Way. You can probably just do that personal for now, because either way, you're going to have to run it through, you know, it's going to have to run through your personal taxes anyways, because it's going to be like capital gains. The difference with FTMO is that they pay you through invoice. So like, you're not technically making trading profits. Like the profits are a little different because when they pay you, it's an invoice. They're kind of paying you for your services, right? It's kind of like it's kind of like you're working as like, you know, a hairstylist, you're working as a barber, you're working as I'm trying to think of any type of
so you're an employee basically,
not
in a way.
Not necessarily employee, but you're more so like like an independent contractor, like you're like an Uber driver or something, right? So like that's what I like about FTMO is because when they pay you through an invoice. So when they pay you as an invoice, you get paid as like someone's paying you for your services, right? So you like basically what you are is you're like a specialist for trading. You're like a consultant, right? So like when they pay you, they're like paying you for your time. Like, you know, Shonda, here's like, you know, your 70% cut, which is going to be like a couple $1,000. Here's your paycheck for your work done here. And then when you funnel that through your business, it's different. It's taxed differently. It's not taxed as like capital gains because it's taxed as like self-employment. So if you do that, there's different tax vehicles that you could run it through. Like for me, I have an LLC. It's taxed as an S corp. So, you know, I don't get taxed at full rate if I was to make trading profits. Because if you're making trading profits, the tax brackets can be way higher. You're gonna have to pay more taxes. So that's why I gravitate towards FTMO, because doing like trading through funding companies, you know, you get better tax benefits that way, and you're getting profits as a business. So it's not taxed the same way. It's a little different.
So that make a whole lot of sense.
A whole lot of sense. Yeah.
Whole lot of sense.
Yeah, because then once you have that as an LLC, you can like write off stuff as business expenses, right? You want to buy a brand new computer, that's a business expense. You want to pay for another FTMO, that's a business expense, because you're doing that to, you know, conduct business. You can't make money unless you have FTMO. So in order to do an FTMO, you got to pay that challenge fee. So you kind of get to keep doing FTMO as many times as possible, and you just write off all those expenses. So you're basically doing FTMO for free, and then all the profits you get after that are just, you know, profits basically.
Okay. And how often does FTMO pay out?
Every month. So like, say if you got funded today, right? March 1st, say you got funded today, you took your first trade today, then April 1st, that's where you get your payout. They'll pay you your 70% split, and then it's going to follow through the next month after that. So like after April 1st, again, May 1st, that's when you get paid out again. So it's pretty much every month.
Okay. Well, yeah, we definitely had that conversation once I master this. That's one of the things I was worried. I was worried about that, and I was worried about healthcare. So what do you do when you're independent and you're doing this full time as far as healthcare? Are there things out there for independent workers or
I mean, are you located in California or are you located somewhere?
I'm in Illinois.
Okay, so I'm not sure what the Medicare is out there. I know here in California there's like Medi-Cal. So like basically when you're an independent contractor, you'll just fill out, you know, your health insurance form, whatever, and then you'll put like your income and stuff like that, and then they'll give you healthcare options. But then once you have those healthcare options, that, you know, since you're working as a business and you have that LLC, you can write that off as a business expense too, because you're basically an employee of the company. And that's the reason why you do the S corp, because if you're doing an S corp, so if you're doing just an LLC, then you're getting paid self-employed, like you're just a business owner. If you're doing it as an S corp, you can assign yourself as CEO. So for myself, I'm the CEO of my company. So I'm an employee of the company, and then I can get healthcare through the company, right? Just like how any other business does. So that's how you would do healthcare through that. I'm not sure how it's done in Illinois, but I'm sure it's the same process. You could probably just, you know, look up Illinois healthcare. I'm not sure what it's called out there, but you know, once you do that, like probably like once you quit your job, you can start looking that up, or like once you decide to quit your job, you can start looking that up, and then you can start to see, you know, how much everything costs. And it'll just depend on, you know, what kind of healthcare you're looking for. You know, if it's just for you, if you have a family, there's like different things that you get on. And then once you have a business, I don't know, I'm not sure if you have kids or if you're married or anything, but you can add them on the business as well. Like you can have, if you have kids, you can have them as your bookkeeper. You can have your husband or whoever you're as a employee of the company too. And then it just, that's how the rich stay richer, obviously.
Right. Yeah. Cause that's what me and my husband, we were talking about. I'm like, I don't know the difference between the LLC and the S Corp, like what would be the best avenue to go. But I said, once I get there, I was definitely gonna, have a conversation with you as far as doing it. Cause that's definitely my goal is to, this is just a game changer. When you sit at your desk and make more, you want made on the week, you get mad sitting there like, why am I here?
Exactly right. No, I felt the same exact way, and that's why I had to quit my job as soon as I started making consistent profits. Like that was more than I was making at my job. And given I was getting paid pretty nice because I was an attorney, so I was actually getting paid pretty well. And once I started making more and it was like less work, I was like, it was a no brainer. I had to leave and just do this full time. But yeah, I mean, so the difference between LLC and S Corp is that the LLC protects you from legal liabilities. So say if your company gets sued for whatever reason, I don't know, like say you get in a car accident, someone wants to sue you, sue the company because they see that this company is owned by Shawn LLC, and then they want to sue your company because they think your company has money. If you have an LLC, they can't sue you individually. They can just sue your company for all the money that your company has, but they can't sue you, Shawn, as an individual. So the LLC will protect you from legal liability. The S Corp it'll provide you tax benefits. So that's why for me, I have the LLC, but it's being taxed as an S Corp. I'm not sure how it's done in Illinois, but that's how we do it in California. So you'd probably have to just meet with the tax accountant. I'm sure once you meet with them, they'll have more details on like, what's the best tax plan for you. Cause with you being married, they probably have other options. Like for me, I'm not married. I don't have any kids. So I don't mine's pretty basic, but for you could probably get into more complicated stuff where, you can go through little hoops and holes and figure out what works best for you. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Wow. Okay. I got work cut out for me. Okay. Well, that's what I'm going to master this. And then once I feel like I master this, then I'll reach out and we'll talk about that FTMO.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And yeah, that's good that you want to take this, day by day. Cause I know a lot of people, they want to learn everything in one session. I'm like, you got to focus on one thing, master this. Once you're profitable and you're consistent, then you can move on to the next thing. But I think for now, you probably, since you already learned brand new things right here, you already know how to knock things out. So you can just keep practicing with this. And then once you're ready, we'll hop on another session. We'll talk again. Okay.
I appreciate it, Shawn. Thanks for all you do. I so appreciate it.
Definitely. Do you have any other questions or are we good for now?
Nope, we're good for now. I'm gonna go draw on some charts.
Yeah, keep practicing because the more you do it, the more easier it'll get. Like for me, you can see when I do in the live session, I don't even think about it. I just draw my zones and I'm good to go. And then
this is definitely a game changer.
Definitely makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, it definitely does. No, thanks so much, and I'll see you in the morning.